This is the par putt at the 8th for Matilda Castren. Those look a lot easier on TV than they are when you're standing over them, 4 feet away, 5 feet away. I say like I have any idea what I'm talking about. That was your life for a few years.
I tell you what, you better be a good 3 or 4 foot putter if you're going to stay alive in this game.
They do make it look easy, and of course these are the ones we're seeing in the lead. That's why.
And that was Yulu for an eagle at the 17th. And that should be a fairly comfortable birdie for her.
The par 4 8th is where we find Jung Eun Lee 6.
Playing back into the breeze here. You hug the left side of the fairway. You have a shorter second shot and not much tree trouble to avoid on that right hole location, but you do have to get it down there a ways. Celine Boudier hit a beautiful tee shot right in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, I think it's safer. Middle or right center.
Yeah, but it's just an unforgiving green in normal circumstances. You got to be very precise with the distance, and you're never going to have a level lie on this hole.
I think she might have gotten a break. I think she's going to be about as level as you can get.
Judy, this is a slow motion look at the swing of Jung Eun Lee 6 you've been talking about.
Yeah, so after she gets it set at the top, there's almost like it's going to be a little over the top move, but it actually isn't. You just saw that little move right there. And see how wide she can keep the club on the way down without coming over the top. That's the trick.
Was that Salas?
Really need to watch it when she's hitting driver. It's just going to be in the fairway.
Even if it's one-handed.
Yeah, even if she doesn't catch it.
We're going to stay on a little longer than originally scheduled and finish this group. Just past 7 o'clock local time here in the Metroplex as we take you to the 9th to find our leader.
And this is Matilda Castren. The whole dog legs round to the right, but the fairway kicks down to the left. A couple of bunkers situated on the right corner. A lot of players will club back to avoid those, and that's nicely negotiated there. So Hester Henseleit, after being in those bunkers, came up short of the green. This to save par. And that will just be a bogey for her. Talented player from Germany, 7 under par, making a little move, not too far out of things with 2 rounds to play. Now Yulu for her birdie, 4 under par. Oh my goodness!
I think she stepped away from it before she actually struck it.
She knew, didn't she? She was not comfortable on that. She's had 5 birdies today, 2 bogeys. But my goodness, it's one that got away.
Sungyun Park, and the struggles continue. She's now 33rd in the world. 2 years ago this month she was #1. It's been a tough year since the pandemic, a shoulder injury. She's better physically, but the game is not what we saw from the 2-time major champion. The PGA Tour is in Detroit for the Rocket Mortgage Classic, and we've got third round coverage coming your way tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. They had some inclement weather yesterday, and we had some this morning here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Jing Yan at the 18th. "25 years old and her 7th year, Judy."
Journey woman.
Do the math. I mean,
journey woman,
she
25 years
early.
old.
All right, this is the 8th, and the umbrellas are back out. We needed them for the heat and the sun yesterday. We needed them for the rain this morning, and now the sun's back out as this group has a hole and a half left to play.
And will allow eventually the officials to let players probably go another hole before they blow the horn later. But at least 6, because she's on the right side of the fairway, first to play on the angle, 130 yards. If you take it at today's hole location, the green's only 10 steps deep on that right side with a lot of undulation short of the hole, so you have to be spot on. There'll be a slight side hill lie and a little bit of wind from the right.
Emma Talley with a couple of birdies early. She's just underway. She's in the first group in the afternoon wave. And Jin Young Ko is going to tee off in about 20 minutes. Jin Young and Jong Eun-lee 6. They had quite the rivalry on the LPGA of Korea Tour. Both have come over here. They won Rookie of the Year in back-to-back years. Jin Young in 18. Jong Eun-lee 6 the next year.
That's your target, okay?
Going with pitch and wedge, it'll be a full one. Really rehearsing something in her swing right now that she didn't like on the last iron shot. And most of what she's been doing, from what I have read, is that she found that she was getting the club halfway back a little shut. So that little practice move she makes right before she takes her swing is just to check to make sure the face is, well, square, but feeling like it's open. Good contact. I just don't see that getting all the way back there left of the hole.
You're right, Jerry. Not quite long enough.
Third toughest green to hit in regulation today. Now Lizette Salas.
120 for Lizette to the hole.
All right.
So 3/4?
Yeah.
Wise choice here. There's a little hurt in that wind. It plays a little uphill. She could lean on a wedge and get it there, but she's taken just a little bit off the 9-iron.
Okay, well, let's see if she pulls this off, because that's what I think players need to do a little bit more of.
Well, normally it sure leads to a smoother transition for Lizette when she hits the easy one.
Good shot.
Mm-hmm. They just need to listen to you, Judy. More players need to listen to you.
What is it? Physician, heal thyself.
She could use that when she's right on the cut line. That would get her to 1 under if she could drop it. Boudier next.
113. Either a gap wedge or a pitching wedge. We'll know by the swing. Definitely a gap wedge. Just a little left of the hole where you have to hit it.
Right on the back edge, but I like it better than a half a club short.
Another green that's not particularly easy to hit in regulation. This 9th today.
No, and Morgan, you're down there with Anna?
Yes. Down here, Anna has 173 yards, obviously at even par. Can make no worse than par here. She wants to play this weekend. It's a tough hole location to get it close to, but anything just a little bit short and right of the hole will leave her with a look at birdie and a relatively easy 2-putt.
Steady. Okay. Definitely took that one on.
Yeah, that's all right. She's putting, and she's got a pretty good opportunity.
Now, Matilda Castro.
She has 168 yards, and from what I've heard y'all chatting about today, it sounds like she's hitting it pretty good.
Yeah, well, you were witness to it yesterday too, and you made note of just how well she was doing with it, and it's very much been the same. When you're birdieing those par threes, your iron play is pretty good.
And this one, a 6-iron here. She just takes dead aim and everything. This one actually just a little bit left, though.
Yeah, no, this one's tough. This is no bargain. Deep grass, very little green to work with, and it's going to run away from her.
Well, our leader, Matilda Castron, will have a tough up and down when we come back.
You see the baby?
Yeah. How can we see her so clearly from here?
Oh, you found your dad's baby blanket.
How can we find almost anything?
You see that? Look at this one, guys.
Hey, how did you make that book so fast?
Hi, Algie. Good night.
Whoa. How did our home get so smart?
When I was young,
No, please,
never
no.
needed anyone. Planning a trip was
Yes,
so
hello,
much
I'm so-
fun. But those days are done.
I got you.
Go with us and find millions of flexible options, all in our app. Expedia. It matters who you travel with.
That's the sound of a perfect fit. Introducing the Ping G425s. Trade in and move up to Ping's most forgiving golf clubs ever. Virtual fittings now available at secondswing.com.
Jong-un Lee 6 for birdie at 8.
Putting directly up the slope was this putt with just a little bit of movement right.
This is her 32nd putt of the round. She had 24 yesterday. That was just a moment ago. And now live from just off the green, Boutier.
Yeah, lift clean in place, was able to get it right over to the edge. The back portion of the screen is pretty flat in terms of break, but it is slightly uphill. If anything, it'll die right. Well, she got one there. Told you she was going to make one eventually.
Yeah, you said you were feeling it.
Well, if you say that once and you have 10 holes left, your odds are pretty good.
Yeah, laws of average.
She hasn't made a lot, and she's right there, 7 under.
And this is the 17th. Paul on Patland for a birdie. Latest 3 shots and only 4 to get down. Back to 9 now. Castron with a tough one.
Ball sitting down in the Bermuda rough. I like to lay the face wide open and play it almost like a bunker shot. So tough to judge. That was very well done.
What a good shot.
I would say so, Judy. She would be used to the Bermuda grass. I mean, spending a lot of time there in Tallahassee is good for that. Now back to 8.
And there is Lizette Salas lining up the putt for birdie.
Yeah, maybe just outside 10 feet or right at it, but important putt. Even though they are the early wave and the sun is setting, you still want to give yourself the best possible chance to make the cut, which is far to be determined, but likely going to be under par, 1 under perhaps, and this to get her there. Very little break.
Well, a par at the 9th should do it. Don't see any way that the cut could go 2 under. Could stay even, but she gives herself a little bit of breathing room after an exhausting week last week. To 9.
Nordquist for her birdie.
Just all about how it bounces through the fringe, uphill, breaking left. Doesn't quite give it enough. That should be an easy 2-putt there.
Will be. Nordquist, you know, still not where she wants to be this week. No, to 18.
And Yu Lu, 3rd, par 4. Still looking for a first victory. She's come close, including in major championships. U.S. Women's Open a couple of years ago that Zhang Enli 6-1, Yu Liu and Celine Boutier shared the lead going into the final round. Back we go to the 9th.
And this is Carlotta Ciganda for her birdie.
And another player in this group right on the cut line. This one would be a good one to go in and ensure a couple tee times this weekend.
No kidding, this would be huge. Currently there's 83 players at even par or better. Right now she's tied for 67th. I mean, it's kind of moving either way, but still so much golf to play yet, Morgan.
Yeah, that's right, you kind of forget. We're out here on Friday afternoon, but there's still half the field left to play.
And so she'll have a long wait, because I don't think she's going to feel very comfortable at even. She'll have her fingers crossed, hopefully, but she'll be paying close attention to what the scoring's doing and where everybody is. Boyfriend on the back, looking very, if you're wondering if excessive amount of friendship going on there. Now Castren.
A little bit curious.
This for par, Morgan. Much in this?
No, not much in this at all. Just straight back up the hill. Just wanted to put a little cap on top of such a wonderful 2 days of golf.
Definitely riding the wave of that victory and extra self-belief that you do gain once you kind of chalk that first victory up. And
she made a lot of clutch putts just like this that week at Mediheal.
Didn't she ever? Mark it down again. Tremendous up and down from the back of the green, from some thick Bermuda grass. Matilda Castren with two very consistent rounds of 66.
28 putts and 27 putts back to back, Karen.
That's pretty impressive. That's clutch. Not only good ball striking, but also good with that putter. Now, Zhang Enli 6 back on the tee, clubbing back, Jerry.
Yes, well, just one of the trickiest, toughest driving holes on the course. Trip Davis and Justin Leonard put two really annoying and deep bunkers right at the corner, and if you stay left of them with driver, you're going to run through the fairway because it slopes left. Celine Boutier hit driver on the perfect line that just skirted the bunkers. This one's going to be well back from that, but maybe good shape.
You know, players that do lay back that way, and I don't blame them one bit because those bunkers are a big penalty. They know they're going to have a tougher approach in because of it.
I think we need to bring Justin Leonard out here and have him hit a bucket of balls out of those bunkers.
Yeah, and have Brandel Chambly come along to critique him.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Now Salas, she's going with driver.
Yeah, she'll aim just left of it. Can't most likely go through the fairway. That one's turning a little farther left and might need to hit softly.
This fairway does camber down towards the left, but I think with that, the range area, I think it's soft enough out there. And stayed in play.